Hey guys, welcome back to General Manager Games. My name is Aaron, and this is another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. No live stream today. I am going out for a date night with my wife. We're leaving the kids with Grandma and Grandpa for the evening, and we are going out to dinner and a movie. You know, typical dinner and a movie. And I will not be home until Monday. So you guys get a pre-recorded video. You get a pre-recorded video for Sunday. We should be back on track the following Wednesday. And you can see it's been not great. We're 17-16. And not only are we 17-16, but we were really bad about midway through the month. We won 7 of our last 8 games. So we were, 10-15 at one point? Yeah, I mean, we had 2 really long winning streaks and 2 really long losing streaks, and we're 17-16. The injuries have continued to pile up. Ignacio Feliz had a setback in his injury. He's out for another 4 months now, so my guess is we're probably on the wrong side of his career, unfortunately. Jason Brown was out for almost the entire month. He's out for another 5 days. Tamar Johnson's got an unknown length injury that I have to address here, a sprained knee. Tony Romo, who we called up when Brown got hurt, got knocked out for a couple of weeks. So we are really kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here as it pertains to our lineup. And it hasn't been great. We're 4th in runs scored. I mean, it's still not bad. I mean, we're 2nd in starters ERA, 4th in runs scored. It just, defensively we're really bad. It's just we're not the same team, obviously. Guy Garabay's hitting a .91. The ratings are starting to dip here a little bit. He's got 2 more years left on his contract, 1 year after this. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna, we're 8.5 games behind the Padres, so it looks like this might be a wild card type race. Unless we can get hot and we can get some people back. We did have a couple of good performances. Jandel Paulino was an animal, on pace for 172 runs knocked in on the season. And the Rule 5 guy, Javi Alvarez, who came in to replace Jordan Lawler, is on pace for a 3,100 season and 7.5 WAR. I don't anticipate he'll maintain that, but and then MJ Melendez at 315, putting up an OPS of close to 1,100. So. Pitching-wise, Robinson Pena's been bad, which is a surprise. His last start wasn't terrible. He didn't strike anybody out, which is weird. But yeah, he's got a 6.2 ERA through 8 starts. Marin, Shabazz, and Molina have all been good, and then Gunnar Meyer's been up and down as our number 5 guy. But he is our number 5 guy as Feliz is out for most of the season. So let's jump right in and let's get to Simming May and see what the middle of this season will hold for us. First thing it holds for us is a 3-2 loss. So we lose our first 2 games of the month to drop back under 500, and we are now 10.5 games out of first place. There's another loss. This feels a lot like... and we lose Palacios for 7 weeks. This feels an awful lot like my last season with the Diamondbacks, where everything that could go wrong went wrong. We're not hitting. We're simply not hitting, and that's crazy to me. We'll call up Edwards. 8th in runs scored, 17-20. And we are only 2 games out of a wild card, so it's not like we need to panic right now. But yeah, not the start I would have anticipated with our rotation the way that it is. Jason Brown ready to come off the DL. That's a huge help. So we can just turn around, and I don't know that we're going to be able to send any of these guys back down to the minors. Yeah, they're all out of option here. So Jonathan Aranda, he didn't want to be a bench player, so can we trade him? If not, we'll just DFA and cut. That's the disadvantage to signing a bunch of these guys. Faustino Carrera. High work ethic. That might be okay, I guess. I mean, he's 33, but... I don't really care. We're just gonna DFA him. Somebody wants to claim him, they can have him. I'm not interested in Not interested in spending too much time trying to trade him. All right, we get Jason Brown back in the lineup. That's going to help. Get him in there. And there. DH. That lengthens the lineup significantly, of course. And we'll see if we can snap this 4-game losing streak. We cannot. We lose again. So 5 straight losses. The offense hasn't scored more than 5 runs in a game this month. And now we take on the Padres that are just steamrolling the competition this year. We could be looking at an 8-game losing streak here by the time this is all said and done. Clubhouse appreciates cutting ties with Jonathan Aranda. Maybe he was the problem. Maybe he was the issue. So we finally win a game. We win 5-3. Garibay goes 2 for 4. Gunnar Meyer pitches 6. Yeah, I mean, we're first in starters ERA. It's our offense. Our offense and our defense. Our pitching has been great. Our starting pitching has been great. Our bullpen has been below average, but still respectable. But our offense has just been terrible. And there's no other way to put it. We are 1-7 this month, guys. 1-7 for your Arizona Diamondbacks here in May. There we go. We bounce back with a win. So we've won 2 out of 3. That is a winning streak. Lechuga with his first home run of the year. He's down to 2 stars as well. He's not anywhere near the same player he was a year ago. Pena gets the win. That ERA down to 6. Second game against Milwaukee. It's a 6-2 loss. So we're 13.5 out of first place, 3.5 out of a wild card, and we are not a very good team right now. We lose 2 out of 3. I don't know what to do. Our hitting coach gets along with everybody. I don't think that firing him is the solution. I just think we're having bad seasons from people that we rely on. I think we got to stick Johnson on the DL. I hate to do it, but that injury is just not getting any better. Is Zamora ready? 358. I mean, he's not. He's not, so we will just go with Juan Locke for now, I guess. Let's get Xavier Edwards out there, batting leadoff, playing second. See if he can give us a bit of a jump start. A good batting eye, so it's a possibility, I guess. All right, let's move forward. We just need a patented Arizona Diamondbacks hot streak to get us going. What was it, a 15-game winning streak a year ago? So Brown goes 3 for 4, 5 RBIs. Molina, 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. He pitches well. Game 2 against the Cardinals. Nothing loss. This is our life. Jared Kelenic. Anybody want him? I mean, he's a captain. We're just going to send Lockdown. We're going to get Romo back up. And we're going to put him in the lineup where? It's Scales playing center. He needs to be, and he's got a really, his bat against righties is good enough that he has to be out there. So I think right now we sacrifice defense. We put Romo in left. We'll put Lujan in center and Paulino in right. I mean, our defense has been bad anyway, so who cares? But yeah, I think we need to start to try to improve this offense a little bit. We have 3 wins in 2 weeks. We do win 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals. Paulino 2 for 4. He hits a home run. Melendez hits a home run. Marin pitches well. So 3 now in Cincinnati. If we can't beat 0-4, 9.93, yeah, we get blown out by 0-4, 9.93 ERA. That's just the way our season is going. Lose again. And 12. 5-12 in the month of May. Get 3 hits from Brown, 2 from Edwards. Looks like a grand slam from Alvarez. Lujan with a couple RBIs, but he's only got 3 home runs and he's hitting .230. Molina pitches 6 innings of one hit baseball. 15.5 games out of first place, 4 games out of the wild card, 4th worst record in the National League. Your 3-time defending champion Arizona Diamondbacks are having a difficult season, guys. And I don't know what the answer is. We may be sellers because the issue is this. Because of this low fan loyalty, they are just not coming back out to the park. So we're making 22.6% less revenue per game, which means next year our budget drops. So at this point, we have to hope that Feliz opts out of the deal or we're in trouble. So, all right, let's continue. I don't want to make any moves in May. If we can get on a hot streak and we can end May right around 500, maybe we get something going. But if we're still playing like this in July, we could be sellers, believe it or not. Paulino, Brown, and Ibarra, all homer. Pena pitch as well. I'd like to hold on to my 3 young pitchers. But Pena, Feliz, these are guys that potentially could be traded if we can get somebody to take the contracts. We lose 3-0. So Lujan's angry. The man, the myth, the legend, Julio Lujan is angry with his position in the batting order right now. I mean, he's batting 5th. What does he want? He is batting in the middle of the lineup. It's funny how quickly these guys start to complain. We get shut out in back-to-back games. Yeah, this isn't our season. We might be looking to tear down here, guys. How many years into this we are? And I guess that's kind of the other thing. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 11 years into this. My thought was to take it 15, like we did with the Rockies, so we have time to do a little bit of a teardown and build back up if this season doesn't go the way we want. The offense is just awful. We keep losing. Yeah, we're done. We're 10 games under 500. We have the 2nd worst record in the National League. I mean, 3-time World Series champions, and we just can't get anything done. So what's the first piece to go? Is it Garibay? It's a lot of 3-star kind of averageness. Can we get any prospects for him? No, literally not a single prospect. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't really help. We could bring back Brady House. I mean, he had a good season a couple of years ago, but he's 28. Third base. I mean, I would say third base is a position of need, but Alvarez is doing a pretty good job. So let's start with a big fish. I mean, does anybody want Robinson Pena? I mean, truly, it would be a salary dump. I don't know that I'm quite ready to just salary dump Robinson Pena, though. Just everything is going wrong right now. I don't really know. I don't really know what the issue is. We've got captains, good relationships with our bench coach. The team chemistry is happy. Nobody's going to want... I mean, not that I would trade Lujan, but I don't think anybody's going to... Yeah, nobody wants Lujan. I mean, we could always turn and do this. I'm sure there's... Yeah. I was going to say, I'm sure there's some demand for this. I mean, yeah. He's out for 2 weeks. But, I mean, if we can get that plus from the Yankees, if we can figure out a way to get Barrios by giving up Pena instead of Marin, I mean, I'd be down for that. Let's talk. I mean, I would even be willing to retain. Oh, not even close. Okay. All right, so maybe Pena stays, Marin goes, and we add something else. Give us Alex Lopez, too. Give us Rios. You've got multiple first basemen, guys. Torkelson's making $30 million. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And he's been really good. I mean, he's obviously a very, very good pitcher, but this will free up. He has an opt-out after next season, which he's almost assuredly to take. We would get back Alexis Barrios, who's the number 2 prospect in baseball. We'd probably start him in AAA, and we would start a very, very quick teardown. It's kind of the thought process here. You can bring back Jose Morales, maybe? What I would like to do is shed salary. They have 3 just monster first basemen. So where are they all playing? It looks like Lopez is the one. I mean, no, they're all playing. Was one of them playing like left field or something? I mean, this signals the start of a rebuild in Arizona if we make this trade. Like a true rebuild, because Marin, I mean, we would still leave us with... It would still leave us with Shabazz, who would become... Shabazz and Molina, Shabazz, Molina, and Pena, really. Can we get a starting pitcher back here as well? Shabazz for Durant. Okay, well, don't be stupid. What about Salazar? Okay, so we pick up a reliever, which is something we need. Here's the thing with Marin. Because his contract is set up the way that it is, I truly didn't think that we would be in a position where we would have no money and we would be playing this poorly for this long. So what's going to happen is he's going to opt out after next season, and we're not going to be able to re-sign him anyway. So I feel like this is the right move. We bring in the number 2 prospect in baseball, who is already the best defensive center fielder in the game. He'll stay on he'll stay in AAA this season, And I think we burn it down this year. I mean, we can still run it back with Brown, Paulino, Tamar Johnson. We would have Alexis Barrios. We'd have Jose Morales, who we can plug in as a bat. He can hit either lefty or right. He's got good speed. He's a good top of the order lineup as a designated hitter. We would move Brown to first. What else can we get? Juan Medeiros. Medeiros slides in and becomes what? Our third baseman? Our second baseman? I mean, the contact and gap power is good enough that I'm fine with it. So you can have... Do we have anybody... You want any of our contracts? What is he? Barefoot. Okay, you can have 34-year-old Barefoot. All right. So what else can we add to this? Yeah, they don't want to give up pitching, or at least starting pitching, which is fine. Another first base prospect. Like, what are you going to do with all these first base prospects? Like, trade them to me. Floyd Roach? No. Dan Whiteman? Good defensively. I don't know if the bat's ever going to develop, but maybe. No. I think we've sort of hit the cap here of what they're willing to throw back our way. So this is the white flag on the season, guys, right? I mean, that's really what this is. Ettore Marin, Guy Garibay, Mario Sepulveda, Adrian Arteaga, and Matthew Barefoot. So the only one here that I truly... Like, Garibay is a legend in Arizona. He's been with us since 2025. Hit his 200th home run. Again, another contract that we will not be able to reside. That we will not be able to, after next season, we will not be able to re-sign him. So this is going to absolutely demolish the fan interest. But I think we have to. Yeah, we're getting back a lot of unknown players, but, I mean, that's what happens in these deals. So, here we go. Ettore Marin, Guy Garibay, Mario Sepulveda, Adrian Arteaga, Matthew Barefoot to the Yankees for 4 prospects, including the number 2 prospect in the game, Alexis Barrios. Man, you've got all these friggin' first basemen, man. Trade me one of them. I don't want to give up any of them. It's bizarre. All right, here we go. Let's see what this does to fan interest. Ugh. We get 2 crashes. That takes our fan interest down to a 65. Man, that hurts. That hurts, but I feel like it was something we had to do. All right, so from a pitching perspective, Mitchell Stumpo's been terrible. Does anybody want him? Nope. We will DFA Mr. Stumpo. And we're going to see how quickly we can rebuild. So he's got to be on the 40-man. We're going to put him on the disabled list. Salazar can come up. Morales and Medeiros. All right, so the new look lineup here a little bit. Jason Brown will bat third and play first. Jose Morales will come in and be the designated hitter. Juan Medeiros will come in and play shortstop. And then same thing here against lefties. Morales will come in, play DH. Brown will play first. We'll swap them around. And Medeiros will come in and play shortstop. So, yeah, I mean, I can't believe that, that's what it came to. But there is nothing that has happened so far this season that has led me to believe that this team is... What did it do here? Oh, it set the lineup. That this team here is anything other than a below-average baseball club. That's what I see here, and that's kind of where we are with it. So that's the last deal we're gonna make this episode. Or this month anyway. I'm gonna sim to the end of June, and then we will, or send to the month of May rather, and then I will do June offline. We'll come back and we'll do July, with probably some more deals to be made. We lose our first game post-trade 13-0. Johnson's eligible to come off the disabled list. That's going to be it for Kalinic, I think. I may as well just rip the Band-Aid off and try to rebuild that fan interest in the offseason. Yeah, none of those players are any good, so we will DFA. We will get Tamar Johnson back in, which gets us our leadoff hitter back in, who's healthy, which should help. Tamar Johnson in at second. Tamar Johnson in at second. We'll swap him and Scales. Yeah, I mean, at least, we've got money, so we can start to rebuild that fan interest a little bit. Although that being said, there are other names that are likely going out the front door this year. So Miles Jansen will move into the rotation. We only have 12 pitchers. We gotta get a pitcher up. We got too many offensive players. Ibarra will go down. We gotta call up a pitcher. Let's call up Seb Audi. Let's throw him into the rotation, see how he does. Jansen can go back into the bullpen. That's fine. So next year, we've got Zamora up as our starting second baseman. And I don't know, somewhere in the infield. So we're going to have Tamar Johnson, Jesus Zamora in the infield next season. We're going to have Jason Brown in there at first. We still have 3 very, very good pitchers. We still have some young talent in the minors that are kind of working their way through. Nothing that's really elite, but like DeLucas, his ratings have dropped even further, but he's very, very good defensively. So we may just have to try a rapid rebuild here, as the wheels have fallen off a little bit for your 3-time World Series champions. But that's okay. I can suffer a down season with the way things have gone here over the last 3 years. So we win this one 2-1. 2 RBIs from Brown. Shabazz goes 6. Doubleheader here against the Dodgers. We win both ends of the doubleheader, and we lose Tamar Johnson again, this time with a torn hamstring. So is this the part where the wheels fall off for Tamar Johnson as well? Just an absolutely monster year a year ago. 156 OPS plus. His OPS plus is half of what it was a year ago. But we won both ends of the doubleheader. Xavier Edwards 2 for 3. Morales has a couple of hits. Molina picks up the win. The second game, Romo 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Meyer gets the win. All right, well, win's a win, I guess. Let's get Ibarra back in as the backup. Put Xavier Edwards in at second base. He's been hitting okay. Hasn't been great, but he's been fine. Get him in there at second base. Set that. Yeah, Ibarra can play every second game. I don't care. I don't want Haggers as my backup DH. I don't want my catcher as my backup DH. All right, so move on. 4th game here of the series against the Dodgers. We've won 4 games in a row for the first time in weeks. Jason Brown 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Paulino 2 hits. Romo 3 hits. He's been hitting the ball quite well, so as long as we limit him to righties, I think he'll be fine. Pena still with an ERA right around 6. Not ideal. Hoping maybe as we get closer to the deadline, somebody is willing to take on that contract. Yeah, giving up Marin was tough. That's a tough one. But I think getting Alexis Barrios back is going to be pretty awesome for us. So he'll start in AAA. He'll probably stay in AAA with Zamora. And the 2 of them will come up next season and will be part of the new round of Diamondbacks talent as we look for 5 in a row to end the month of May. Do we get it? We do. We win 5 in a row to end the month. That's crazy. 4 runs in the ninth. Brown goes 5 for 5. Lujan hits his 4th home run of the season. No, he doesn't. He goes 2 for 3. He's only got 4 home runs. Morales with a 3-run double in the ninth. Audie pitches 5, gives up 3 unearned runs, and we win 5 in a row to finish the month of May. Brings us within 4.5 of the wild card, and all of a sudden we are right back in the race. So I am going to sim June here, guys. When I come back, it'll be July 1st, and we will go from there. So hang tight. All right, guys, we're back. It's July 1st. I made one deal. It wasn't enormous, but I think it was a good one. We are 40 and 50. So we were 12 and 16 last month. So 15 and 11 in April, 23 and 34 the last 2 months. We're not pitching. We're not hitting. We're getting injured left and right. It's just been a bad year overall. It's been a bad year. We did call up Alexis Barrios, and he's hitting the snot out of the baseball so far in 9 games, 10 for 33 home runs, 9 runs knocked in. I'll show you the deal we made. We picked up a new starting pitcher, Ferdinand Peterson from the Texas Rangers. 6-2 with a 3.90 ERA with the Rangers this year. Made 1 start for us, 5 1/3, 8 strikeouts. Good stuff. Great curveball and changeup. Movement and control are below average, but he's an extreme ground ball pitcher. Only 26 years old. His ARB number is 1.2. It's a deal I can live with. And to get Mr. Peterson, we had to send. We also picked up Elijah Matthews alongside of him because we're going to be without MJ Melendez next season. So now we have our catching tandem for next year. We sent Bob Scales. I figured we brought up Barrios to play that defensive center field so we could send Scales out. We sent Gunnar Meyer as the pitcher replacement. So basically it was Peterson for Meyer and then Matthews for Scales and our eyes, which I'm fine with. So we get younger, and I think that's a deal I can live with. So offensively, I guess we'll go here. What's fan interest at right now? A 63. Yeah, we're down to negative 31%. It's not good this year. We're going to take a huge pay cut next season. Huge budget cut next season. Yeah, we got Paulino on a team option. Felice's ratings dropped a little bit, but he's back in 6 to 7 weeks. I mean, still with those ratings, he can still be a very, very good pitcher. And with Felice, Pena, Molina, Shabazz, and Peterson, that's still a very, very, very good pitching staff. We just got to get everybody healthy. Molina's out for another 2 to 3 weeks. We just got to get everybody healthy, and then we can make a run at it. I don't know how many more deals we're going to make here in July. I mean, we might shop Paulino. I mean, we could pick up the team option. It won't kill us, but we may trade Paulino. We'll continue to look for a taker for Pena, who's just been god-awful this season. 5-9, 6.56 ERA. In fact, let's look at the trade block and see if there is a starting pitcher there. Max Meyer. I guess I don't want to trade for somebody whose contract is up at the end of the year. That doesn't do me any good. So, I mean, I guess technically it could do me some good. Like, we could get Corbin Burns and dump Pena's contract, and then we wouldn't have to retain any of it or something like that. But I don't know that I want to do that. I don't think we're that far off necessarily. We're just, the pitching hasn't performed like it has in the past. So, it is international amateurs. So let's take a look at that. And as always, there's a couple of elite options there. Kyle Hoffman, his nickname is Franchise. I like the high scouting on him, so I think we go Hoffman first. And then we'll backtrack and see if he doesn't want to sign with us, we'll see what else is out there. All right, so let's sim. Get up to the draft like we normally do. We'll do the draft, and then we'll deal with making potential trades after that. So we win 8-7, scored 2 runs in the first, second, third, and fourth. Romo, Melendez, Lechuga, and Lujan each hit each drive in a pair. And Lujan, the averages stayed really low, but the power came on last month. He hit 9 home runs in the month of June. Yep. All right, so we're 9 games under 500. Go to San Francisco for 3. 5-2 win. All right, so Hoffman favors the offer from the Padres. That's fine. Let's talk to Fuente. Let's offer him the cool 5. We only have average scouting on him, though, so I wonder. I mean, OSA likes him just as much. We'll see if he's interested. If not, we'll go back and we'll talk to Diaz. So we win again, 5-2. Tamar Johnson's back and healthy-ish and finally starting to hit the ball a little bit. Has that OPS up close to 750. The OPS plus over 100. Morales 3 hits as we bring him back into the fold with us. Not hitting great. Shabazz pitches well. Second game of the series at home against the Giants. 14-6 loss. Yeah, man, we're just getting clubbed. And we look to take the series over the Giants. Can we do that? I was thinking about it. We do. We win 6-5. So we won 3 out of 4 this month. Romo 2 for 2, 3 RBIs. Yeah, he's got a bat. Definitely has a bat. Can't really do anything else, but he has a bat. Can he play first? No. He's a bat. That's all he is. Alvarez 2 for 5. Yeah, we called up 33-year-old Jason Ruffcorn because our pitching staff has been depleted and he's been terrible. But we get the win nonetheless. We get a bit of a break here. 4 days off before the Phillies. So we'll get through the Phillies series and then kind of readdress things. We're 8 games at the All-Star break. We are 8 games under 500. We're 18 and a half games out of first place, and we are 5 games out of a wild card. So we are absolutely still in it. See how the next couple weeks goes, but we are absolutely still in it. Braves want to send us Juan Castillo for... No. Let's delete the messages. Got too many messages right now. How is Zamora doing in AAA? He's raking. All right, yeah, he'll be up sooner rather than later. Any of our other prospects ready to be moved around? Oh, we signed Fuente. That is nice. So we now have 3 5-star players in our minor league system. Ruiz can go up. Those ratings. Baldwin, Branch. Yeah, we'll call Branch up. Call Omar Jones up, I think. All right. So a few more days before the 5th. So yeah, we're 5 games out of first place. We've got a lot of teams to crawl past. That's the issue. You know, the fact that we're only 5 games out is nice. I mean, you take 8 out of 10, and all of a sudden you're right back in it. But there's like 6 teams ahead of us. So yeah, we're gonna have to beat our competition. So let's see what happens. First game post All-Star break is a 3-0 win. Robinson Pena with his best start in probably 2 months. Alvarez and Lujan both homer. All right. Oh, Richard Palacios. I don't care. In reality, he has got good ratings, but I don't care about him. Like, he's not part of the present or the future. Just looking for like a 3-star player that's, on a minor league deal. Conticello, really? Hitting $186 this year. He's in AAA. That's not good. All right, so we got some veterans we could potentially grab onto. Is there Waldachuk isn't bad. Peak isn't bad. Those guys aren't terrible. Carlos Correa, Bring him back into the fold 15 years later. Morales. Problem is, how many of these guys have options, right? Because that's going to be the other thing, is that whoever we sign is likely to just go down to the minors. I don't care. It's DFA. All right, so we win our first game out of the break. Morales is out for a week. Okay, game 2. 6-1 loss. All right, Los Angeles claimed him. Let's finish the day. All right, so we lose both games before the draft. That's not good. So 5.5 games out with 6 teams ahead of us, and it's doable. We got to start winning some damn baseball games. All right, we're gonna have the last pick in the draft because, again, 3-time World Series champions. Let's see what we're left with. A couple first basemen and a pitcher. Don't normally like to take first baseman, but I don't really want to take either of those guys either. Now, Jose Holder, on the other hand, lefty ground. I think it's a no-brainer. I think we go Jose Holder. 18-year-old, left-handed pitcher, ground ball pitcher, good stamina, 3+ pitches, elite control. And we hope that one of these bats is here when it comes back around. I wouldn't mind Raul Frias. He's almost ready now. All right, we're going to take Holder. Not going to overthink it. Going to take the... yeah, we've got the money. We've got the money, so we can take him. So both of the hitters are still there. Oh, he's impossible to sign, and he's extremely hard, but that's okay. Good bat. We go after someone like Frias, who, again, is almost ready. I mean, doesn't have a position. He's bad defensively. I don't know that that's the right move. Jerry Wright. Meh. I don't like the contact. I think we're not going to overthink this. I think Sal Madrigal is the pick. Power hitting 18-year-old first baseman who's frankly pretty well developed for an 18-year-old. Take him. Malik Norwood, an 18-year-old lefty. Yeah, again, really good across-the-board ratings. I kind of like that. I mean, we're spending a lot of money on the draft, and I don't know that any of these players are still going to be up in time to help us in the next 4 years. But I'm playing as if we're going to keep going with this because I may continue it offline once it's done. I don't know. It's a pitcher-heavy draft. We should probably take advantage of that. Vega, lefty, high work ethic. Yep. I love the 17 and 18-year-olds with high work ethic. Yeah, I'm glad we made the picks we did because now it's not so much. So if we go back to batters, I mean, I think we take a run at Robinson and see what he wants. See what he wants as an amount. Then we got Josh Edwards, another cat. Ooh, he's impossible, but he's really good. Luis Aquino, he looks okay. We can take him. See if Beloso is there with the next pick. He is. We're gonna nab him before somebody else does. All right, now we're starting to get into the what's left, if you will. So let's look at fielding ratings. Let's find ourselves a catcher, Arturo Botello. Okay. It's University of Illinois Springfield. Good ability, good arm. Infield range. Bill Manriquez. The second baseman with those ratings. Willie Miranda. Low work ethic. Low greed. He's 19. Yeah, we'll take Bill Manriquez. That's not my pick. Oh, and somebody took Jimenez. Josh May. Low work ethic, but decent enough bat. Great glove, good speed. Sure. All right, so we're up to the 10th pick. We will let the AI complete. Negotiate. All right, so first things first, we need to sign Holder. I think we need to sign all the players we need to sign first. So actually, we can offer him slot. He'll take it. We need to offer him a contract. All right, what does Robinson want? 13. No, thank you, sir. $13.5 million. Get out of here with that crap. I mean, the reality is that I should probably spend it because it's going to be gone next year anyway when our owner hacks our budget to pieces because we finished under 500. But, yeah. All right. So, 44 and 53. 5.5 games out. We're on that edge, right? Like, you know, we are that cutoff point between contenders and non-contenders. So I think let's give it through the Dodgers series. That's a 5-game series against a team in front of us. And by that point, we should have a pretty darn good idea of what things are going to look like. And then maybe we make some deals after that. On the road in Cleveland for 3. A 10-4 loss. We started 4-1 in the month. Lost 3 in a row. Lost 4 in a row now. Molina is now unclear on his return. Finally win 11-2. Johnson with a good game. Alvarez with a good game. Melendez with 3 hits. Barrios keeping that average over 300. Pena gets the win. I'm not even going to bother looking at the standings until we get through the Dodgers series. Although I'll have a pretty good idea. If we lose, 6 of these 8, we're probably done. But Shaheen is ready to come back. Look at some of these ERAs. Are you flipping kidding me with this? Oh, good. Okay. Rough corn, just go away. Just go away. All right, so we will go to the injury list. We will call Shaheen back up. We will put Miles Jansen in the rotation. Yeah, this is a much different team than what we thought it was going to be coming out of spring training here with the pitching staff, and that's killed us really. Another loss. Yeah, we are. I think we're about done here, guys. I think this season is. And we lose Nate Savino for 6 months. And Miles Jansen is a diagnosis pending. So, can we trade him? He's only making 1.5, so... I mean, I don't want to trade him for any of this, so we'll just put him on the injured list. That's fine. All right. Let's call up Lou Barnes, I guess. And let's just let the AI... set our bullpen. I don't even care at this point. Jansen. So we win 12-9, so at least we win this game. Morales with 4 hits. Paulino. I mean, the offense is coming around. Pitching staff just isn't coming around with it. So it's causing some issues. We do have 5-game series here against a team in front of us. So if we take 4 out of 5, and it's at home, Nope. All right. Doubleheader. Win one, lose one. 1-0 victory, huh? Peterson pitches well in that one. We lose 3 out of 5 at home, and the injuries just continue to pile up. Shabazz goes 3 2/3. Yeah, it's just pitching staff is just off. I mean, look at that. 13th in starters ERA. I mean, we're not hitting the ball either. I mean, we're 8th, and yeah, I mean, we're 8 games out now. So I think that just about does it. So I'm going to pause real quick, and we will come back with the rest of July and the trade deadline right after this. All right. Sorry about that. We are back. And I apologize for the fly. I got a fly buzzing around in here, and it's flying by the microphone, and I keep swatting by my head because I hear it in my headphones, but it's actually, a foot in front of me at the mic. So anyway, we are 8 games out of a wild card. We're 19 games out of first place in what is basically a lost season. Hopefully we get Molina and Felice back at some point this season and they can help us salvage something. But in the meantime, we're going to burn this mother down here a little bit, I think. What can we get for some of our players? So Melendez can bring back, looks like, a decent veteran, but I don't really want a veteran. Let's try regulars. Really what I want is prospects, but you can't trade for prospects in this game at this level. So that's a non-starter. If we look for prospects for MJ Melendez, we get a whole lot of nothing. Texas wants to offer us a very, very good defensive third baseman who is hitting well in high A ball, but he's 25 years old in high A ball, so he should be hitting well. What if we offer up Tamar Johnson? Maybe that's the move, as he's shown this year that he is injury prone. We have a second baseman ready to go. That feels like a decent deal, right, Alex? I'm okay giving up Melendez. I don't really care. And we did that, though. Does that mean that Zamora comes up now? I think it does. Zamora comes up now, plays second base. Bring in Alex Monroy. He's okay. He's not bad. But is that a deal I'm really comfortable with? I don't think it is, at least not on its own. Old friend Cade Cavalli pitching for Philadelphia these days. I really don't want to trade Tamar Johnson. I really, truly don't. The contract's reasonable. If we trade him, he's been really bad with the glove, and he's been fine with the bat. He's just been hurt. So if we pick up a bat like that, what do we do? Because we already have Jason Brown, who's basically the same thing, and actually not quite. He's a lefty, Brown's a righty, so we could figure out a way to get them in the lineup together, I think, without too much trouble. But again, our problem this year has not really been our... Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Our offense has been bad, too. Monroy. Get a scouting report. And then let's come in here and let's see what happens if we retain. Because I'm not against trading him. I got a sim ahead today. Okay. Hey guys, we are going to burn this mother to the ground. We get Molina back, which is nice. So Lou Barnes can go back down to AAA. Get Molina back in the rotation for Miles Jansen. Put Jansen back in the bullpen. All right, so let's offer up Mr. Timar. Let's do like 60% of the contract, and let's attach MJ Melendez to it as well. It's like basically the same offers. We get Tony Blanco back. He looks like he's developed okay. 200 hitter, but what if we retain it all? I mean, I'm not going to retain it all, but what if I do? Looks like more of the same. Okay. I mean, I guess let's see what we can get. Let's see what the scouting report. Sorry for that bee or the fly, guys. Let's see what the scouting report says on Monroy. Let's try Mr. Paulino now. Yeah, I mean, if that's the return, I'm comfortable keeping him for another year with his, I mean, he's on pace for 40 and 107. So it's not something you want to, not something you want to shake a stick at or something you want to disregard. So Pena's been bad, just unequivocally. So if we retain 15% of his contract, we can get Marcelo Meyer from the Braves. We do something huge with the Braves, like where we get Meyer back, we give them Pena and Johnson, and we get a pitcher back on the other side. Like, is that a thing? Get Khalil Watson. His contract is 16 and 16. Does his injury history look like? It's a lot of injuries. None of them serious. I mean, he 27, broke a kneecap, then fractured a wrist, but I mean, nothing serious. I was going to say, give me a pitcher, but you don't have any. Like, literally none. All right, well, that's not going to work. So let's look at, was it Miami? Watson. Pena. what if we just... I can't just give you $3 million. Damn. So... very good defensively. Contract is this year and next. I mean, I would rather do something like this. Okay, so it's not even close for you. Okay. All right. I mean, I think moving Pena makes sense. Yeah, you can see our money is dropping here. So we're going to end up with no money for extensions. We're going to have no money for anything. So I wonder if... Zamora will be up next year at second base. So I can feel good about moving Tamar Johnson, I think. I think the plan, I think we hope that Pena bounces back. Because this has been the aberration, right? I mean, you go back and you look at his career, he's been a 3 to 4.5 ERA guy. This year appears to be the aberration. So I'm hoping he can bounce back next season. I think the plan is to try to trade Tamar Johnson and MJ Melendez. So what if we went to Atlanta with that deal for Marcelo Meyer? Does that get us anywhere close? Kind of gets us close. Paulino. Pena, yeah, I mean, those are the players I'm not prepared to give up. What's his injury history? Yeah, see, he suffered some more major injuries. 5 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. Well, I guess maybe not. Really, it's only been the last couple of years. Played 69 games last year, 139 the year before that. And he's one of the best fielding shortstops in baseball. But I can't do it and retain the entirety of the contract. That doesn't do anything for me. That's the problem. Land, I can't afford that. So what if I retain... retain on him and we retain on him. I don't know if this makes sense, but I'm thinking about it. Melendez and... yeah, this doesn't make sense. I don't like this deal. I mean, let's submit it. I mean, maybe we get a different answer once we've submitted it. All right, well, let's sim ahead, see what happens as we tear down the 3-time World Series champions. Okay, so now you will complete this deal if we give you Kurakawa. Sure. Injury list. Oops. Triple A. Is he in Triple A? Where is he? Where is he? Did I not see him on the injury list? I could have sworn it said he was injured. Oh, right there. All right. All right, let's submit it. So we win again. We win 5-2. So our infield would be, if we make this deal, we call up what's his name, we put Meyer at short, and we call it a day. And that's kind of what we're dealing with from an infield perspective. It ties up a lot of money in Marcelo Meyer, but I think he's still young enough that I don't think it's a terrible deal. Almost. You just said it was enough. Let's try it without Rincon and see if they come back and give us a name that it'll work with. We win 6-3. Kyle Greer. Oh, that's right. We brought Kyle Greer back on the infield, or on a minor league deal rather. We win. We're 50-61. We get a 3-run homer from Paulino. Romo 3 for 4. Audie gets the win. We're gonna have to do something here soon, or it's not gonna work. We're almost at the deadline here. Almost. Damn it. All right. I don't want to... Let's take 10% off and see if that makes a difference. I don't want to retain a ton on Johnson. I will retain some if I have to, but really don't want to. Brown 3 hits. Lechuga 2 for 3. Win goes to Sheehan. Sim ahead another day. Yeah, we are almost out of time to make this deal work. All right, so what makes this work? How much of this do I have to retain to get you to say okay? Can't. Like, I'll take on the entirety of the contract. It's fine. So if I put... All right, let's try this and see if they give us a name. So we win again. We win 5-2. Lujan with a 3-run homer. Yep, Lujan 3-run homer. Paulino 2-run homer. Shabazz goes 4 1/3. Bullpen does a nice job. Almost. I mean, I'd give you Savino. I would give you Savino. If that is enough to make them say yes, I will give them Nate Savino. We win again. What is going on here in Arizona? We walk it off in 11. Get RBIs from Maderos, Morales, Barrios, Paulino. Molina pitches 5, shutout. Salazar's hurt for 4 weeks. Did we get an answer from them? We're back to no way. How much needs to be retained? I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just too much. So let's go back in. And I'm willing to retain some. And I'll retain everything on Melendez. Oops. I'll retain everything on Melendez, and I'll retain some on Johnson. A relief pitcher from the Mets. Yeah, Monroy's down to 3. I mean, not that the stars matter that much, but more look at the ratings. It was Miami, right? That had... All right, let's just go to Miami. Had Khalil Watson. Down to 2 stars. Really? How is that possible? Maybe they'll take him now that the game thinks he's 2 stars. Nope. Frias. Back end, yeah. He's listed as 3.5 stars because he's a reliever. Yeah, I'm not making that deal. All right, that was a whole lot of time wasting for nothing. I don't think we're gonna make a deal here, guys. I think that is it. I was more than happy to trade Tamar Johnson, but he is looks like he's going to stay right where he is. Medeiros is hitting the ball pretty well since coming over. How's his fielding? Not great. Not great. I think he's more of a third baseman. No, not with that arm. He's a second baseman, really, with that arm. So he's a second baseman. Zamora has the range for third, but the arm for second. I mean, he's truly a second baseman. I mean, maybe the move next year is, yeah, he's got 45 range. So we have 3 players who can play second base / shortstop, but none who, or play second / third, but none who can actually play shortstop, which is why I was really hoping. All right, let's get this one more try. One more try with Atlanta. I retain the whole thing. Move Kurokawa. I mean, do I want to turn around and flip Peterson? So this gets us Marcelo Meyer, who is probably the best defensive shortstop in the game. The bat is above average. We're not bringing back Melendez. Rincon and Lechuga are fungible parts. It really comes down to whether or not we feel this is worth Peterson and Johnson. So he's making 23, so we'd be paying him 18, roughly, right? 23 million a year. 23 million a year for the next 3 years after this one. So 23 minus 5.8, that's $17.2 million a year for the next 3 seasons. We'd be paying Johnson 15 a year next year and the year after to play out of position. I think this makes sense. Giving up Peterson hurts. But can we get a starting pitcher back that isn't making a lot of money? What's Villalobos' contract? 6.555. You want to give me him? No. So this is sort of rebuilding without, reloading without rebuilding, right? Like, I mean, Marcelo Meyer gives us an elite defensive shortstop to pair with our young infield next year. We don't give up Paulino and we hope that the offense rebounds. I think that's sort of the plan here. Because, again, we don't have a ton of time left. I think we're probably going until year 15. So we want to make this work while we can. All right. I'm good with this. Let's do it. So fan interest drops. It almost crashed for Tamar Johnson. Decreases slightly for Melendez. Marcelo Meyer, fan interest is amazing. So we're at a 66. So we bring Marcelo Meyer into the fold. We need to make some changes. Zamora's got to come up. Matthews needs to come up. And we need to call up 2 pitchers. Zamora needs to come up, and we need to call up 2 pitchers. Roughcorn and Barnes. All right, so we reset the lineup, put Marcelo Meyer in as our starting shortstop. Zamora comes in as our starting second baseman, or does he come in? So Medeiros, I think we move Medeiros to third. Zamora will be our starting second baseman. We don't want him batting leadoff. Do we just stick Barrios in the leadoff spot? I don't know if the ratings justify that yet, but Romo's rocking let's go Romo. He's rocking a 358 on base percentage out of the leadoff spot. So what position are we missing? Catcher, right. We don't have a catcher out there right now. So Lizer Matthews will come in as a catcher. Medeiros, I guess. Even though he's hitting pretty well. Against righties, he's hitting 289. Yeah, that's fine. Alvarez has had a good year. I want to make sure we give him credit where credit's due. We'll move Brown to the 2 spot, Lujan to the 3 spot, and then we're super left-handed heavy at the bottom of the lineup, but that is fine. Morales is starting to hit too, so the bats are starting to come around here a little bit. Against lefties, copy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so we need to get Morales out there. He'll be the DH against lefties. I think having him, he's fine, I think, in the leadoff spot against lefties. Medeiros in for Zamora against lefties. At third. No. Alvarez stays at third. Medeiros will come in at second. Haggers will start against lefties at catcher. And then pitching, we need another starter. So we'll go back to Miles Jansen. Lou Barnes will be long relief. He'll be long relief. He's out with a strained shoulder for 2 weeks. Back spasm. So Jansen has to go on the injured list. Okay. We got to make another pitching move. We get Feliz back in 2 weeks. He'll be on a rehab assignment, so he's probably back for the last month of the season, roughly. It doesn't really matter. Like, none of these guys are any good. So we'll call up Alejandro Molin. And make Shaheen? Yeah, let's give Shaheen a chance as a starter. See how he does. Not anticipating much, but all right. So we've won 4 in a row. We've won 6 out of 7. And we lose 14-3 post-deadline or post-big trade deadline, and then we win 5-3. So we win the last game. Lujan hits his 20th home run of the year. Audie pitches well, but Fisher gets the win. So let's just sim the day. Let's see where we stand. We're 15.5 games out of first place. It's certainly better than the 30 game or 20 games or whatever it was earlier in the season. Offense starting to come around a little bit. I'm hopeful that Feliz can come back and hit the ball relatively well. But we've improved our infield defense by picking up Marcelo Meyer. We've improved our outfield defense by picking up Alexis Barrios. Barrios, 287, 345, 509 so far. Did we sign all of our players? I probably should have looked at that. Yeah, there's Madrigal. He signed. Everybody signed. Okay. Is he hurt already? Is our number 1 pick hurt already? Don't even remember what his name was. That tells you how out of it I am for this episode. Let's set up the minor league system. Let's make sure that he is disabled. Let's look at draft history. Holder. Where is he? Is he in the other minor league system? Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. So we are 54 and 62. We already looked at player development. AL batter of the month. Emmanuel Rodriguez in the NL. It's Jake Jaloff, pitcher of the month in the AL. Matt Still in the NL. Emmanuel Klaas is your reliever or your pitcher of the month. Luis Tapia, your rookie of the month in the AL, and Juan Baca in the National League. So we're 15 and a half games out of first place. We're 8 games under 500. We are 6.5 games out of the wild card. We get Ignacio Feliz back probably beginning of September. If he's back in 2 weeks, we'll put him on a rehab assignment for a bit, call him back up. Romo's hitting the ball well. Yeah, I mean, we have some decent performances here. This 226 average out of Lujan is incredibly concerning, but we only have him for this year and next, so that contract is likely done soon. We got Marcelo Meyer as our new shortstop. Even if the glove doesn't develop, or even if he doesn't hit well, he's elite defensively. So we're better defensively with Meyer and Barrios up the middle. Yeah, and we'll just sort of hope that August is better. If we're in the playoff race, I will come back sometime in September for the next episode. If we're not in the playoff race, we'll just go right to the end of the season and do the off season. So guys, that's going to do it for this recorded Sunday episode. Hope you liked it. A lot of big moves. 3-time defending champion Arizona Diamondbacks had to make some changes, and make some changes we did. So I appreciate you watching, guys. I appreciate your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye.